there is now this new version of 917V through Velocity by 917V. Of course, we've had the old version before. Great wins, some losses, but the only unicorn of the Philippines is a 917V portfolio, which is GCash. Amazing. I can't imagine the Philippines now without GCash, right? So that's heavily ingrained into the Filipino psyche. But I want to understand, Vince, what's this new version of how you guys work with startups now through Velocity?
So again, as mentioned earlier, we built 36 ventures, all built internally. And we have a realization that, we can't build everything. Some solutions are out there already.
Yep.
But what they need really is just the unfair advantage. Or
Yan
right
naman.
now, right now I call it systems of advantage.
Okay. Dude, it's ingrained in me. I'm not even a portfolio company. Whenever I meet a 917 alum or a founder, or events like, oh, how's your unfair advantage?
Yeah, so now we've realized that, hey, there's so many problems out there and really great solution, but all they need, we feel, is like just some validation. And to validate something, you kind of need the ecosystem that we have. And
of course,
those are the assets. The unfair advantage can be reach. When we say reach, just more than 100 million consumers in our network, hundreds of thousands of B2B customers. The distribution is there. We have so much data. We have a huge advertising and data company under Brave Connective. Obviously, you have GCash. And we also extend that one to the Ayala ecosystem. Velocity basically allows startups to work with us. And we've been doing that before.
Yes.
Right? But it's not Filipino startups. It's Silicon Valley startups. Called Facebook, Netflix, Spotify.
Yeah. I remember the Spotify story.
Right. But imagine that, like more than 10 years ago, these brands are unknown brands in the country. But since we give them the asset, not the reach of a telco network, these brands became popular.
Household names.
Right, or household names. And we said, okay, maybe we should do the same thing, but let's create our own companies first. Right. And therefore, GCash, Consulta MD, and the like. And now, we're seeing startups out there.
Right.
And we feel like all they need is just validation. Right. And therefore, we said, hey, let's formalize this ad hoc system. In Globe, when I used to head innovation and product, there are a lot of companies that would like to test with us, pilot with us. Okay. But the number one problem of a startup is, who am I going to talk to? Am I going?
It's hard to navigate.
Super difficult, right? Super difficult.
I tried that before in guestlist.ph when I was a portfolio company of Kickstart. Buti na lang, they helped me navigate. If not, good luck.
Yeah, it's hard. You go to a website. What is it through Hello at 917? Is it through a Globe website? Do I go to LinkedIn, etc.? And you'll be lucky if you get a response, right? And by the time that you get your first meeting, you're out of cash as a startup. Sa tagal, di ba?
You're dead.
You're dead, di ba? You're dead in short. And therefore, parang sayang naman your initiative, your solution. So now, what we're trying to do is, there's only one door, right? You want to partner with us, there's only one door. Think of it na, let's say your company. Are you applying? Velocity?
Secret, but yes. I went through 2 meetings na. Okay, nag-demo na kami. Okay.
Oh, perfect. So go through that process. And then on our part, we assess that. And then we turn around. When we say we turn around, P&A is a good match for our consumer business.
Yep.
Or P&A is a good match for our advertising business so that they can offer additional services to their current base. Okay. We do that. We pitch it to them. Right? We pitch it to them. Because if you go directly to them, it's going to be the same process wherein you don't know what's going to happen.
And you've done this before. The partnership that we already had with AdSpark since Gretchen's days still holds true till now.
So that's what's going to happen. So think of it that we are your co-founder, but an insider.
Yes.
Right? An insider. And for us, we, of course, will benefit from. So you're a startup, you get access to the unfair advantage. Other concerns of working with big corporate is that if you're a startup, the first requirement of big corporates is that, I need 2 years, 3 years of financial statements. And obviously solid balance sheet. But if you're a startup, you don't have that yet, right? If you work through a velocity program, we're basically vetting that that
You
part.
vouch for them now.
So that's a velocity program. We know we can't solve a lot of problem. We're opening our doors to startups just like you
Nice.
guys. You want to partner with us. You want to work with GCash. You want to work with Globe. Talk to us.
Right.
Talk to us, and we'll try to match you
Yes.
and scale your company.
And that's the best way because again, you have basically no chance, or you really need to navigate layers and layers and layers of these things if you had to do it on your own.
Yes, it's hard, but once we agree on, hey, let's do a POC.
Yeah.
That POC with Globe or any of our portfolio companies is the ultimate validation of your startup. So imagine, okay, hey, I'm gonna sign a POC agreement. So as a startup, when we sign a POC agreement, you need to go back to all of your investors,
Correct.
right? That hey, I now have a POC agreement with the Globe Group, right?
Yeah.
Which means obviously validation that they're looking and they're gonna test this. After 30, 60, or maybe 90 days, that POC will end. So the result of a POC can be two things. One is a conversion to a commercial agreement.
Okay.
Okay. The worst thing that can happen is that the startup will learn a lot
Yep.
from big corporate to pivot the company that, hey, it didn't work because it's like this. But that's the ultimate learning, right? Because once you pivot coming from that feedback, you do it, right? And then you go back, then it works. Then you have a conversion. But in between, you'll probably get funded.
Yeah.
Right, probably, or maybe you have some
Or you
valuation.
earn it.
You earn it, yeah. And there obviously,
Revenue, whatever.
yeah, probably there'll be some valuation step ups. And if the pilot with Globe is very successful, you now have a use case for all. There are like more than 500 mobile operators or telcos in the world.
Absolutely.
That hey, this solution worked there. Do you want it?
Yeah.
So parang ganyan yung play dyan.
That's
So
amazing.
now we're opening it up to everyone.
But Vince, I want to understand because there's this weird notion right now, especially for new founders. Us old founders, gets na namin eh, right? There's even a saying that first-time founders would obsess over product. Second-time founders would obsess over distribution. Third-time founders would obsess over margins. But in along this journey, what we realize as founders is that funding is never guaranteed. And there's so many ways that you can actually unlock that. But what do you think, Vince? Do you think that funding really is the problem? Because it feels like if you think that you are owed funding just because the startup ecosystem isn't writing checks, that the startup ecosystem is dead. No. Pero I want to understand your POV. Is funding the biggest problem in the ecosystem right now?
Partly, but our position there is that it's really validation.
Yes.
You can have a fantastic product, fantastic solution, but no one's using it because it's not yet validated. Ultimately, for me, or well, like, at least for us, the biggest validation is to go through the rigor of working with corporate.
Inside Innovation, Stories from 917Ventures is brought to you by HustleShare. To learn more about the hustle behind the venture builder, tune in to the full episode because there's more lessons to learn with every story.